for Movie Chats. Movie Chats.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Movie Chats with Ryan Ant. And today we're going to talk about Argentinian horror movie When Evil Lurks. For the story, we have the resident of a remote town in Argentina. They discovered that a demon is about to be born from somebody who is cursed, infected, and they're trying to get rid of that curse to avoid it to spread, because you have to get rid of the possessed in a certain way, otherwise it just spreads. That's where I'm going to stop with that.
Do you know what? There's things that this film got really right and got wrong. Like I've been watching, reviews of this, and everyone's just
rave about
it. Similarly to our review on Friendship a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Rave reviews. And I just didn't get it. And here again, I just didn't get it because I found too many faults in a few of them. Like some of the stuff I got really right where I didn't mind was the pacing. I thought it was relatively well paced. The cinematography is off the charts. It's just so beautiful.
It is very good.
Yeah. The setting, how it's a rural setting. It's in like the countryside of Argentina. It's a place I've never been to and probably never will go to. It's just the brutality of the film is just out of this world. Just some of the stuff that happens in this film.
All right. This is where because I read the rave reviews as well about this movie. That's why I really wanted to watch it. But also I heard that this movie was brutal. It was a question mark. Is it going too far? And I was expecting something, okay, I'm going to be very scared, or it's going to be very gory or something. To be honest, for maybe 2 or 3 shock scenes, I was not that scared or any. I was like, okay. It didn't live up to the hype. I don't know if I was expecting too much, and maybe that's why I was a little disappointed, or it's not a bad movie. I mean, Friendship got a rave review, and I don't think it's a good movie. I don't think it works, so I really don't get it. I understand what this movie is doing. I just don't think it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, because we've watched movies where there's been like graphic imagery where I've had to go, I've kind of looked away. I didn't actually have that with this film. I will admit. I watched it and went, wow, that was well made. But it wasn't to a point where I had to kind of look away and just like the obviously the axe to the face scene where Ruiz, his wife, whether she was possessed at that stage or whether she was trying to stave off the infection. I just don't know what happened. The little girl and the dog, that scene.
That was the biggest one. Yes.
That was, whoa, Jesus. And then when the mum comes back and she's eating her son's brains because she's possessed. That's probably where the good things happened. The bad, I love the premise of the idea of the fact that there's an infected, there's rottens. The government knows about it, but they're just like, it's not our problem.
Whatever.
Yeah, the cleaners will come. The cleaners, we ordered the cleaner a year ago, and then.
No.
But what is the infection? Because there's so many different variations of it.
Yeah.
And it just, because obviously after the little girl got attacked, she's come back and she's fine. Because obviously she's now infected and she's possessed. And then the mum's been possessed, but then she's almost zombified and she's eating the son's brains. Then she's calling the ex-husband.
It lost me a little bit with how does it work? Because this curse feels like, okay, it's doing whatever it wants. It infects people in a different way. It spreads in a different way as the movie needs to go on. And I was like, okay, well, it's not a real pattern or something that is predictable. Right. It took me a little bit out of it. It's like, okay, well, you can write whatever you want because you want your story to go away. For example, when they are driving out of town and they are coming to like an intersection or something like that, and they say, oh, here, there is a school, there is something, and the curse is always attracted to kids. It's like, you never said that before. You're saying that now because it's convenient, because you want it to be set in a school with a lot of haunted kids for, I don't know, the imagery or the shock value. That really makes sense.
And then the kids have killed all the parents, but then they're letting Pedro do what he's just opening up the floor, and they're just standing there, just letting him do that.
Yeah, this is another thing that it really annoyed me because it's the stupidity of the characters. They really make stupid choices. There is one thing about this curse that is very clear is don't shoot people in the head. They need to be killed in a certain way for the curse not to spread. So why do you keep on doing it? I understand impulse, but do you understand there's something supernatural happening and just like hold back? And it's not only Pedro, like the other guy with the goat as well does it in this way. He shoots the goat in the face when he knows that he's not supposed to do that. Otherwise the curse is going to spread. And also in the final scene in the school when Pedro, so there is this little girl that is possessed and he knows that he goes as far as slapping her the scene before. And in the next scene, to dismantle the stage because he's losing patience, she is the one saying there is an axe in the office, go get it. And he believes her and he leaves the lady alone. And of course she gets killed. It's like, how stupid are you?
Yeah, because they've already been like, and she's telling him, don't believe what they're saying because they're going to manipulate you. Or he's like, oh no, I'll just go get it.
I go because the movie asked me to.
The character of Pedro, we're supposed to really root for this guy, but all throughout the film, he's been seen to be, a terrible person. He's not a nice person at all. He's the hero of the story. Like, he's rocked up to his ex-wife's house where he hasn't paid child support. He hasn't seen his kids in years and years and years, and then I think it's like 5 years that he hasn't seen his kids for.
Yeah,
he's not. And
again, he doesn't explain anything. Apparently, everybody is aware of that curse and how it works, but he doesn't explain anything. It just barges in, gets naked because he needs to change, and doesn't explain anything. He wants to take the kid away. It's like, mate, come on, like just a tiny bit of common sense.
Yeah, communication. Communication is key.
A little bit. Yeah,
I think the curse is here. I need to get out of my clothes, burn them. Don't let the dog near my clothes because rule number 2 is don't be around animals. But what does he do? He's always around animals.
Yep.
So, it was no clear idea of what this infection was. It was just like, it just wants to do whatever it wants to do whenever it does. It's just have an idea of the infection.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mind possession movies. I'm getting better at watching them, but they need to be good.
Yeah. You know what? It sounds like we just really trashed it, but I think those were the negative points of it. I think the storytelling and the characters are really what led the movie down. But as you were saying, the camera work, the setting, the atmosphere, it's something that really struck me is the movie said there is a lot of, for a horror movie, scenes in broad daylight, and they managed to create this very specific atmosphere, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, especially there's a few moments when the Pedro, Jimmy, and Ruiz are taking the rotten from the house to the car, and that they're basically that it's so rotten and so wet that it falls through the cloth, and it's just it's actually quite visceral, and it's
quite graphic. Like when they walk into the house as well and they see this infected for the first time and he's got pustules and a lot of pus and it's visceral, it's gory and it's well done. Like the makeup effects are well done. This one better than in the final scene when he's bashing the head with the rod or whatever you call it. That looked a bit plasticky, but the first scene when you were seeing the infected was bang on. And
there's no real ending, is there? Did you have they stopped the infection? Is that going to kill the rotten?
I don't think so. Well, the demon is born, right? Because he killed the little kid that is full of blood. The demon is born. That was what the curse endpoint was supposed to be, a demon for it to be born as a little kid. And I guess then he returns to the house and he discovers that his son actually ate the grandma.
Yep.
And so that's it.
So the autistic kid ate the grandmother and then he's autistic again because he had that scene where he's just like, he's fine and he's
fine. He's talking. He's verbal. That doesn't really go anywhere, to be honest.
That he's coughing up it just doesn't end.
Yeah,
he coughs up the hair, and then it's just Jamie and Pedro just crying because their mum's dead, and then it just kind of just ends.
Yeah, and that just effed. That's it. Very grim.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I wanted more. I needed to have an understanding of what was going on, and it didn't explain it well enough.
Yeah, I mean, for me it was okay because whatever led to this point, the storytelling was already quite a bit weak. So, okay, that's the ending that you're going for. I'm fine with that. Just wrap it up.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, let's go into scoring then.
Let's do it.
I give it a 3 out of 5. It's not a bad movie. I understand why some people would like it because it's quite unique in the way it looks. It's far from your typical horror stories with the jump scares and everything is dark. So I understand why people would be driven to something that is a bit different. And there is a lot of good things in this movie, the cinematography, but the storytelling is weak for me and it took me out of it. It didn't live up to the hype. So I'm glad I saw it, but I don't think I would return to it. So I give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3 as well. I think those things that I got right. The pacing, I actually didn't hate the pacing. The cinematography was beautiful. I actually preferred it when it was in the rural setting. I thought when that little portion of the film where it's in the kind of more urban, it was, I wouldn't say ruined. It just kind of, it took me out of kind of, it almost made it safe. But then it was, I think maybe that was an intentional thing. It kind of brought you to a safe space where it's kind of, there are people around. Then that dog attack happened. So it takes you out of that safe space again. Which that could be an intentional misdirect by the filmmakers. I really liked the acting. I thought the acting was really good. I did just those moments of brutality, but I thought it could have been a little bit more. It wasn't enough to kind of make you kind of wince and turn away.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, also a 3 out of 5. Would I watch it again? Probably not, but it's far from a fail. It's good, but it's not great.
Yep, fair enough. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for listening. Give us a comment, give us a like. Tell us what you think in the comments. And if you want to watch the movie, there will also be a link in the description. And we'll talk to you next week.
See you later, everyone.